everyone. This is Kali Star with Earth Matterz. Thank you so much for joining us on another week supporting local organic small farmers. This week we updated our website and we have some new blog stories that we'd love for you to see. We also posted some links about some of the organizations that we are donating to this weekend in support of Black Lives Matter. And this week we tell the story of how we came together and really had to make a decision on whether we were delivering this week, due to curfews and just wanting my drivers to be safe. And we decided to go ahead and just start a lot earlier in the morning. So I'd really love for you to see that story. I'm going to share one other thing before I get into the vegetables for this week, which is that the biodegradable bags, we don't want to use plastic, and we're not using plastic, right? But these biodegradable bags that we use for the spring mix and for the herb bags and, our strawberries and things, they're not my favorite in terms of, keeping them in the fridge. So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. If anyone of you were disappointed with, how long your spring mix is lasting inside those bags through the week, you're not alone. I feel the same way. That's why I don't actually really use the biodegradable bags in the fridge for very long. I might put them in a glass jar, put a paper towel in it. So that's just a suggestion for any of you who are feeling the same way about how these biodegradable bags don't really help things last longer the way that plastic bags do. But we're not using plastic, and we're not going to. Traveling the family size bundle today. This one that I have right now, we have red Russian kale. Most of you are going to end up with curly kale. But for whatever the farm did not have in curly kale, he gave us in red Russian kale. This is actually my favorite one, so I think that you're really lucky if you get this one. This is amazing. It's just it's just the texture, it's the flavor, it's the color that I love so much. And so we get a mix sometimes of these things. I wanted to mention that because the farm doesn't always have enough curly kale for us. So what do? Then we say, okay, ask them for, their different varieties of kale, and, each of you will get a different one, and that's okay, right? It's all kale. So hopefully all of you pretty soon will get to try the red Russian kale, though, because they don't usually have as much of this, but so when we can get it, it's pretty awesome. We have collard greens, which I love to make a cashew cream sauce and do cream of collard greens with that. You can also add the kale to it, and you can add the carrots to it if you want, even the fennel. So fennel is something that I love to shave really thin and put in my salads. If I'm going to cut it thick, I like to cook it. So fennel, if you don't want to use the fronds, save them for broth because they're really good. It's a medicinal herb. It's really good for you. We have pearl onions. They're not in the small bundles, but everyone else gets them. So this is kind of really amazing because we don't see these very often. I want to say something about beets, which is if you want a really easy way to cook them, just cut off the tops, wash it and throw it and simmer it, and then you'll be able to slip the skin off really easily. If you want to get somebody to like beets that doesn't like beets, the best way to do that is to slice it really thin into beet chips and then bake them with oil and salt. And you might turn a beet non-liker into a beet lover. We have blood oranges and plums. So I know we thought we'd be out of citrus by now, but we're not. So blood oranges, I'd say, because blood oranges are my favorite citrus of all. So I'm excited to have these. Now, we will be getting nectarines and peaches and things in the veggie bundles very soon. All the fruit boxes have them. Beautiful nectarines, peaches, apriums. So we're really excited about that. It's just taking a little longer. So if you haven't seen my video where I'm talking with Gene Etheridge on that big update about his farm and why the stone fruit was a little bit late, and this has happened in another year in the past as well, where something was late, the weather was weird, they're not really sure what's going on. It was too windy once and they lost boxes of plums, and that's how it is, right? So that's nature, and that's why we have plums and blood oranges this week instead of more stone fruit. Every time I look at all the different varieties of zucchini we get, I feel really happy. We have these beautiful cabbage and Oh, there's so much good about cabbage, because cabbage is actually one of the most medicinal vegetables that we have, and it's really incredible. It just feeds you so much too. There's so many things I love to do with it. A puree it in soup, that has a really wonderful flavor. You can even roast it in big chunks of it. And I love to shave it really thin and then massage it with some fennel and do that kind of salad. Just shave them really thin though. And then with the rainbow carrots, that would be really beautiful. So then we got the strawberries in here and cucumbers. So excited to have green cucumbers this week. And they're just amazing. Can't wait to get pickling cucumbers too. So that's about it, you guys. That's the main stuff in there. And I hope everybody is feeling, safe and healthy. And, our mission is to bring more health to the planet. And also, really, we just want everybody to be fed. We want everyone to be fed healthy. And so we really appreciate your support, because we really believe we can make that possible. We're supporting small farmers. We are really making a big impact, because we can, keep supporting more and more small farms that, are doing good for the soil, not putting chemicals in their soil. It makes a huge difference for our earth. So thank you for watching, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Take care.